Tracy Willie checking in your check. I don't know what going on. So I just want to make this video specifically for Jay and Naya. And as you can see by the title, this video is going to be focusing on dead relatives. And I just want to share the importance of dead relatives to everybody. But specifically to Jay and Naya. But this video is for everybody too, because a lot of people have dead relatives, whether it be a cousin or an auntie or a brother or a sister or anything. And shout out to Malika too, because I know she lost a sister. If you're watching this, Malika, we feel for that. We feel for everybody. If I don't mention you right now, obviously don't take it personal, but we feel for everybody who lost somebody. And that's why I want to have this conversation, because we was just talking about like sacrifices, and I feel like Auntie Rachel was a sacrifice for me to see something, and I'm gonna elaborate on that soon. But sometimes I want to share with y'all that sometimes that somebody you really love and that's close to you ascends in a way for you to learn something from it, because everybody have a different perception on something. Like, think about the 5 blind men with the elephant. There's a story of 5 blind men holding an elephant, and they're all blind, but they're all holding a different part of the elephant, and they are all individually convinced that, like, the one guy who's holding the tail is like, this is a rope. The one guy who's holding the trunk is like, this is that. The one guy who's touching the body of the elephant is like, this is a wall. So everybody has a different perception on what's in front of them, or what just took place in front of them. So for death, let's use death as the elephant, and us as the blind men touching the elephant, experiencing death. Us experiencing death. The 5 blind men touching the elephant. We all think it's a certain thing from the place that we're viewing it from, and we're all convinced that this is the reason why, or this is it. We're fighting so much to to defend that, and we don't even know if it's 100% true. Like, what if it's just a whole elephant? You feel me? But I want to say that Auntie Rachel was a sacrifice in my perception, because she was the only person pushing me to go to college, and it's because I had expressed to her I wanted to go to college, and she was just doing everything in her power to help me go to college, right? So boom, when she passed, that was the first person that I lost that was the closest to me. Like, everybody else who passed away before her was like my sister's ex-boyfriend, or like my sister's ex-boyfriend's mom. Rest in peace to both of them. Rest in peace to Eddie. And rest in peace to Eddie Mora. One time, Marie, if you watching this, shout out to you, and shout out to your brother, and shout out to Naida. I because we grew up in the same project. You feel me? That's crazy, man. Rest in peace, Eddie, man. I'd really be thinking about Eddie, man. Don't. I'd really think about Eddie. Just know that. So, going back, right? The sacrifice. So that was the first person that I lost in my life that was like the closest to me. So when I heard the news, my sister had called me, and I was like, oh nah, you feel me, we can't have this. So obviously in that moment I was just out of my mind. I started crying, just bawling out. I started playing R. Kelly, The World's Greatest. I'm that star up in the sky, oh God. I was just trying to stay uplifted, because I was like, well, if she's dead, I know she don't want to see me crying, you feel me? So I was like, well, let me just uplift myself so she can see a good thing, you feel me? So that's the reason I feel like she was my sacrifice. Again, Jay and Naya, I talking to Aya, and I talking to everybody who lost somebody too. You can, not just that you can, but sometimes you can realize that they were a sacrifice for you. So why I believe that she was my sacrifice, because look, boom. So when she passed, remember, she was trying to help me go to college, right? And so Auntie Rachel was the only person like, shock, you going to college? What college you want to go to? What college you interested into? List me the 3 colleges that you're the most interested in, and I'm going to start looking them up and telling you the requirements, how many credits you need, all this, like, on it, like. And that's why I want to make this video, because I want Jay and Naya to know that Ayomara was a real soldier, you check. Like Ayo was a little younger when she ascended, but now that Ayo a little older, I could share the story with Ayo because I want to let Ayo know how powerful Ayo Mora was. You check. So she was the person like, yeah, so this what you need, calling me, making sure I taking care of my credits and making sure I doing everything necessary. Believe it or not, she was the reason I was trying to graduate all year. You check. So Auntie Rita had me on my 10 toes. So when she passed away, I was like, damn. You feel me? And my life took a different turn. You feel me? I didn't want to go to college no more. I started just going down the wrong path until recently I started picking back up. But it's only now in this moment that I have her on my wall over there. I was just finna show y'all a bit. I'm gonna show y'all still. But this is Auntie Rachel. And that's a little ceremony paper, and then right here I have choose happy. We always happy. So so I feel like she was my sacrifice because from my perception of her death, where we left off was that she was helping me go to college, and it's not till today that I'm making these videos and I'm in more alignment with my purpose, that I'm realizing that she was a sacrifice for me not to go to school, because school is fake as fuck and nobody should be going in school. And we need to bring more attention to the parents, because y'all supposed to be schooling us. Y'all supposed to be teaching us. You get what I'm saying? And I don't care what you went through or how it happened. Your child's intelligence is important. Just because you lack certain things don't mean that your child have to lack that as well. It's your job to educate your child on what's going on around them. And if you're not doing that, then we're not going to beat up ourselves, but we just got to look in ourselves and make some adjustments. But that's very important, because what y'all doing is that, what I'm speaking to the parents now, what y'all parents are doing is that y'all are letting the school system raise your child and show them value and quality. You're letting TV raise your child. You're letting the music industry raise your child. You're letting everybody but yourself raise your child. And then you wonder why they end up the way they do. Nah, bruh, that's fucked up, nigga, and we not having that, bruh. For real. So that's just important to bring some highlight to. We gotta educate our children, bruh, and just put them up on game. You do the studying. That's part of the reason why I don't have kids today. Cause I'm like, bruh, if I have a kid, nigga, and this nigga asks me a question I can't answer, ooh, no, I can't have that. No. And it's not saying that I need to know everything, because nigga, you can live 1,000 years and die not knowing anything. So let me reiterate that. If my child asks me, because children are the key, they are the answers. They are the most purest souls on the planet, because they weren't brainwashed by the age of 7. After the age of 7, their subconscious not goes away, but their consciousness their consciousness arises. And the consciousness comes from the subconscious. So from age 0 to 7, you're programming your child. And after age 7, excuse me, everything that you were programmed in them, they become. Because their consciousness, their ego, develops, and then they have an idea of themselves. But from 0 to 7, they're in a blissful state. They don't know anything. They don't see color. They're just vibing. So everything that you're saying and doing to them, oh, don't touch this, don't do that, oh, behave, or blah, 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 like you're programming them. You're forcing them to become a certain way. But after age 7, they develop that consciousness, and then everything you've been telling them, they become. So again, parents, let's do these researches and start educating our children on where we came from, what our ancestors are like, all that shit. But we're not finna get off topic, right, Jan Naya? So just dead relatives, you feel me? Rest in peace. Live in peace, Auntie Red Child. That's another thing I used to but that's another thing I've been tapping into, was why we say rest in peace and not roam in peace. You feel me? Because they not resting, like they not chilling. You feel me? If anything, they working harder than they did when they was on the physical, because we don't know what they on. Like, what if they wanted to reincarnate and come back into the physical? What if they roaming the astrals and protecting somebody, being an angel for them? Like, we don't know what they doing, so fuck all that rest in peace. Like, live in peace, live happily, because we don't die, you feel me? So that's that. So, Yeah, man, Auntie Red Top, we love you, and I just wanted, I know I'm happy right now because I know if I was Ayo, I'd be very, very thankful that my cousin Shaq bringing some attention to my mother. You check, and to anybody else though who lost somebody that they love, you feel me, made this video, not lost, but who experienced an ascension of somebody they love, you feel me. I think it's important. Shout out to Jared, shout out to Mommy Dolores, shout out to Sierra's grandpa, shout out to your grandpa, shout out to your grandma, shout out to anybody you lost, you feel me? Like, this is a video just focusing on the people we lost, and they all speaking through me in this moment because they don't have a voice right now, you feel me? And I meditate on this, I really, really do, because it's all about the unseen. Like, even this right now is the unseen in my opinion, because at some point I'm not going to be here in the physical, but this video going to still be here, and my energy will still be here. So that's what it's all about. Let's start focusing on what matters and canceling everything else that don't. It's that simple. So don't feel bad for losing somebody. Don't feel bad when somebody that you truly love ascends. Know that they not gone, because you gonna ascend soon too, and a lot of things can happen. I don't think that the same thing happens to everybody when they ascend. I feel like different strokes for different folks. So I won't get caught up too much in thinking about that, but I will recommend you to question life after death, to question life, question death, question everything, question every single thing. Even question this video. Is he telling the truth? Let me look this up. All that on me. All that. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. I know this video was a little more on the intense side, but that's what we doing. Welcome to Tracy Willie Pure Abundance. You feel me? We digging in deep into conversations like this that's not really being spoken of, because we want to take it there. We want to make the abnormal normal. You feel me? We want to have everybody in the matrix stop calling the enlightened people weird. You feel me? And we want to be calling the people in the matrix weird. We want to switch the whole shit around, because nigga, I've been preaching this since high school. Not exactly word for word, you feel me? But I've been on some other shit. I've been trying to tell motherfuckers what's really going on behind closed doors, and I was tripping. I was crazy, you feel me? And I started believing that at some point, just a little bit, obviously, but not no more. Oh God, this is my time, and this is your time, and this is our time, and let's shine, and let's be the light that we truly are, divine beings, true masters of the universe. Oh God. So I appreciate y'all watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, continue to be great, continue to uplift people, and continue to inspire people. You looking at my video right now, that's a clear indication that you must go either start your YouTube or start whatever you've been talking about, but get on the ball and get it rolling right now in this very moment. And I also want to bring one more thing to y'all attention before I close this out. I am not perfect. I am not perfect, and you don't have to be perfect to get started. Oh God. I love y'all. Easy.